Howdy folks, welcome back. Last week, you saw me patch up the driver's side floor in my single axle F750 dump truck. I finally got that ready to go. I put the batteries back in it, backed it out of the shop for the first time in 6 months, and now I want to get it loaded up. And in this video, I'm going to take it over to the body shop. Plus, we mentioned that we also wanted to get the RV out of here because we had thoughts about selling that, and I've got an update for you in that department. Plus, my dad has a project that he'd like to do over at the neighbor's place. So I don't know for sure what we're getting into there, but all I know is we're not going to get anything done if we don't get started.
Dig Drive DIY.
You know, I've seen a lot of people online say you shouldn't buy a motorhome. We completely ignored all that. And we're going to buy a motorhome. We made it, can you believe it? Now we're starting to regret and wonder if 4.5 hours worth of driving was worth it, but here it is. They were too busy. We're on our test drive. It's only my second time driving a motorhome.
What's your first time driving?
Last week when I test drove one. So we're gonna get it?
I don't know.
Do you want to get it? All right, I think we're gonna have to get it.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Like the glow.
We're gonna lift it up. I think that's good. Are you packing?
Yep.
So it was definitely bittersweet to see the motorhome leave after we'd had so many good experiences with it. We had a lot of fun in the 3 years that we owned it. And even the breakdown that we experienced where we got to go out and see Wes and his wife, that was still a positive memory for us. So we're definitely gonna miss old Blue Bear. I'm not gonna rule out RVing in our future because we really enjoyed it. But for now, it just doesn't fit our lifestyle. The girls got a lot of sports stuff that they're doing in school, so most of our weekends are tied up with that, and we're busy. It's a sad day. We really enjoyed having it, but life moves on. We got a different set of schedules that we got to adhere to, so there's not much time for it. So we welcome, hope the new owners have just as much fun as we did. Just came back into the shop after the motorhome left, and I was thinking about cleaning stuff up and where I'm going to put things away. And for some reason, I thought, well, I can't move the 4x4 because that's my stop block, so I don't back the motorhome up too far and hit the wall. But the motorhome isn't here anymore. It's been gone for 2 days. Motorhome's gone, and it's bittersweet. So we're definitely going to miss it, but I'm not going to miss how much room it took up in my shop. Man, oh man, I thought I had gained a bunch of room back when we pulled the F750 out of here, but having the motorhome gone, it's been sitting there for 3 years basically all the time. It feels like a different building. I've basically doubled the size of my shop. So naturally, let's pull the dump truck back in here. So yeah, I did have this truck loaded up on the trailer all ready to go, but it was gonna be about 5 days before I hauled it in, and as it sat there, I started to look at it and think there was a few other things that I could do in preparation and that would help me out farther down the road. So number one, I can get those sideboards off of there. Number two, I'm gonna take off those big front wheels off the front. And number three, I need to make a list of the things that we're gonna tackle when it's at the body shop. So I'm just gonna get busy working on that. So one thing I wanna do is add a step and a bar across the front here and a handle so that I can more easily climb into the bed, because I'm probably gonna cut this off. Definitely need a step. All right, well that will give me a chance to address the tire and rim situation. I can either trade in those front rims that I had for different ones or get different tires, or I can sort that out while they're working on it. All I gotta do is make a list of the things that need addressed, and then I'll be ready to load it up and head it in there. Boy, it is muggy. Whew. Man, that thing looks goofy without rear duals, doesn't it? It's gonna be really interesting to see what it looks like when it comes back though. I still need to make a list, but I'm gonna run over this morning first thing and look at that job that my dad has just to get a framework of what it's gonna take this afternoon, and then hopefully get that truck hauled into the body shop. Let's run over there. We're just going to my neighbor's. It's right over there. So a lot of regular viewers of the channel might remember that I moved the old play set from our house over to the neighbor's, which is gonna be my brother's house. It's kind of a weird situation because we're in between two different families that are gonna be living in that house. All growing up and for my entire life, it was our neighbor's house, and our elderly neighbor lived there, and we've kind of taken care of her. My dad has been the steward of their property for the last 30 years. And she recently passed away. Well, last Christmas time she passed away. And so my other brother is gonna be moving in there. We just passed my middle brother's house. So they've been kind of working on the transitionary period here and doing some remodeling on the house. My dad's kind of leading up the remodeling efforts, and my brother's been here a lot while they're doing all that. And well, they want to do something about this hunk of concrete out front. It's out of level. Man, I hope that's not solid. That looks like it was poured right there. So they're going to reside the house, and they want to think about a new porch, maybe a wooden deck or porch in the front. Replace this concrete that's tipped and out of date and looks it looks nasty. But that is a big chunk of concrete. That's why I came. I wanted to decide if I needed the backhoe or the skid loader, and I definitely think the backhoe is the right approach. It's funny, like I said, I've been around this place my entire life, but I couldn't picture exactly what the concrete step looked like out front. So, all right, now I know what to do. We're gonna go back and tackle that dump truck, get it hauled in, and then this afternoon we'll be on that. What the heck do you think I should do with it? All right, we're back. Let's get this situation taken care of. So this is just kind of a wish list. This is what I had planned to do or hoped to do. And I'm giving them my list, and I'll see what all they're willing to do or tackle. I really don't know how much of this will get done. This is just a wish list. Well, it's amazing how quickly your plans for a day can change. You know, a former boss I had, Paul, the one that taught me how to be an operator, how to do excavating work. I've mentioned him before, but he always had these sayings, and sometimes they weren't, grammatically correct, but they were that way on purpose because it made them funny and it made you remember them. And I think about this one all the time, very frequently. And I've brought it up to Greg, my boss, and I've told my girls, and I've told myself, I don't know how many times, but what he would always say was, if you were trying to get in a hurry to do something and, get it finished or get it out of the way and get it done, he'd say, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get. And there's so many times when that is true. You get yourself in a hurry and worked up, and you're jumping and crawling, and you take for granted your health and your mobility, and just that quick, you can wind up laid up. And I was so lucky that this wasn't worse. So I didn't really capture much of it, but I was putting the camera up on the back of the dump truck here. And I had crawled up there and stuck it with a magnet, and I went to jump down. I didn't jump, but this had dew on it this morning. And I put my foot here, I think, and it slipped off, and I went down the side. I just raked right down the side, and I always carry my earbuds in the side pocket of my pants. And I think the earbuds kind of like tenderized the side of my leg as I went down, and it is bruised up. It's sore. I'm gonna be fine. I took a couple hours and just chilled out and relaxed. Right after it happened, I was fine. I even talked to camera, like, slow down. But then I started to get lightheaded. I broke out in this sweat, like profusely sweating all the way through my shirt, and my vision started getting blurry. I thought I was gonna pass out. So I went into the house and told Kara what had happened. And she insisted that we go to the urgent care because she was worried about blood clots. We weren't sure what, you know, it was just overly cautious, but we went in there and they just came out in the lobby, took a quick look at it and said, yeah, you're going to be sore, but we think it's okay. You're not showing any symptoms of clotting or something serious. So all that, just a little break here in the middle to say, you know, slow down, take your time. They always talk about, we blow off all these safety things about, you know, 3 points of contact and making sure that you're holding on and slowing down. And I got to remind myself to do that, but it's very important. So even though I'm sore, I'm going to be limping and moving slow. I think I can proceed. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing shorts, which I never wear shorts. Like, I hate wearing shorts, but I want to keep an eye on the bruise to make sure it doesn't get worse. So check out that beauty. So yeah, I've heard every "your legs are white chicken leg" joke there is. So lay it on if you want, though. Okay, let's see if I can get this done. Hi, Penny. Whoa. I got everything chained down. I've got my list for those guys at the body shop. We're gonna head on in there. Clutch is harder to push. It is. Really wish the air conditioner worked, but we'll survive. What do you know?
Not much. How you doing?
Are you ready for the best looking F-750 you've ever seen? Did you see it on video to know, know enough what you're up against?
I think so.
Is it too far gone?
No.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I think you need one of those.
Oh, right. Check that out. Heck yeah. I'm gonna wear that loud and proud, man. All right, I'll take this back to the truck. I'll be right back with that list. Like I said, I hope to have had more of this done, so that's why I feel, and that's why I didn't get it to you sooner, because I thought I would get them done. Well, I'll just start at the top. These front fenders are rusted out. I remember, I think I asked you about the brackets, whether or not you can get the brackets. See this one here where it's broke? I didn't know if you guys ever work on the doors. Do you ever do the driver's side door sag?
Oh yeah.
See how it...
Yeah. This probably needs hinges.
Yeah. The passenger side doesn't do it. I was gonna see if we could put a step on here. Once it's painted, I always get up on the, I need a handle and like a step to step up on there. Oh my gosh. John's trying to make my color choice decision even worse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if this is helping.
It's probably not.
I was thinking like 4 different colors, now I got like 400.
Well, your wife might have an opinion.
She would. All right, well, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you so much, bud.
Meet you.
And we'll be in touch, and you'll be seeing me a lot in September.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Later. Good luck, my son. Hopefully you get the attention you deserve. This isn't even black and it's hot. All right, let's head back home and see if we can do something else. What do you think?
It's a big chunk of concrete.
You want to get that railing off of there?
Just lay it, tip it over there.
Let me see if I can get the bucket down in there and see if I can find a corner. Did it move? It's moving, but there's no verdict on whether it's solid or not. Oh, it's not solid. They got her full of sand. So it won't be that heavy. It didn't feel like it was that heavy. I should be able to pick it up. At least we know we can kind of deal with it. So I should point out again, the main reason he wanted to move it was so that they could put new siding on, right?
Yeah.
Because this was right up against the siding. Still pretty thick. I mean, it's 6 inches. 6 inches on top. I think there's going to be more work than what we're going to get done this afternoon, but at least we know we can, I think, can get it out of there. You never know what the old timers did. They could have put a footer down and filled her with a foot of concrete.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I mean, I cracked her as hard as I could. Just bounced back.
Well, that's-
didn't make any hollow sound or nothing.
It must have been sitting on the sand well enough that it, you know, it didn't have any dead space under it. So when
No.
you hit it, it was just solid, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they did it right. And even, I am surprised at even doing it like that, with that thick of like a faux footer, that it was still out of level and crooked. You know, it sank.
Yeah.
Like-
Somewhere along the line.
And it was 2-3 inches out of level. Sometimes you can pick them up and drop them on another piece of concrete, you know,
Yeah.
and get them to break. But if that's got rebar in it, I don't know. If I can get it flipped upside down, then I can slide it around on its face, you know, and I won't have that footer gouging. So I can just move that stuff, and I guess right now it's not killing the grass too badly and it's not in the way. So we'll just wait till we can get it picked up. And they can work on this now anyway. So my main interest was just to find out what this thing was made of. I'm pretty confident I can pick it up now, but I got to get the dump truck and my backhoe trailer over here to load it. So we're gonna have to leave you with a cliffhanger. If you got any great ideas on how I can pick this up or how I could break it, if I had one of those giant heavy medicine balls, you know, I could drop it on there, maybe break it in two, but I don't have one of those.
Or what's the possibility of a good use for it?
Yeah, if you could form the sand up just right and put it somewhere. You could put it in the bank of the pond and have like a beaching area or a layout area. All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I'm ready to put my leg up anyway. We've had a full day regardless, so thanks so much for clicking on this video. Hope that you liked it, and if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. It's too hot anyway.
Yes. We'll see you then. There's more to come.
More to come. All right. At least we know. But I fell and hit my leg on the trailer. I'm lucky, and I can feel the bruising in my leg, but I'm going to be very sore, very sore. So that was dumb.